We had an earthquake. I was on set for a movie I was working on yesterday, and literally the first assistant director said, "There's an earthquake, everybody." And I thought he was joking. It's just so weird. I can't tell. Anyways, and sure enough, the ground was swaying, and I was like, well, is this really an earthquake? Like the table was swaying back and forth. I was on my laptop while everyone else was shooting something. And it took like 10-15 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay, this really is an earthquake. And we all got up and evacuated the set. So that's what yesterday's video was. Let me put on my glove. Sun protection. Hey everyone, I'm Angelo. Been homeless in Los Angeles for 2 months. Before that, Northern Virginia for 6 months. And I actually realized being homeless is great earthquake preparation, because everything I have is in my car. My car is not going to collapse due to an earthquake. So while everyone else says, oh, you got to pack water, you got to have food, change of clothes, all that stuff, sunscreen, I'm like, I have everything in my car, so I'm good to go. It felt like being on a waterbed. So I was in an earthquake. It was pretty mild too in Northern Virginia in 2011. It just felt like rumbling. Here, it was like being on a waterbed. It was like swaying back and forth. I was a little nauseous afterwards, but we were all fine, good to go. Thank goodness nothing was damaged in the studio we were shooting in. I feel bad that I'm not there today. They're shooting more today, but I knew today I wanted to go to an event tonight, and really I got a ton of stuff to do no matter what. It hurts me not to be working on set. Like, I crave that structure and everything, and that, you know, the pressure, the work, the discipline. It's great to be knowing, you know, like this is what we have to work on for 12 hours, because it's 12-hour days basically, and then you get 12 hours off, and it's never enough time off, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's great. I just knew I had a ton of stuff to do. I got to do laundry. I want to write if I can, get time to work on my writing. And I'm going to the Everything is Terrible party tonight. I know I was against them for so long, but I feel like their influence got to me. And now I'm a Satanist, just like they are. I'm somewhere, where the hell am I? Northern Hollywood-ish, I guess. Lakeview Terrace, around there. The movie, I saw that. Oh, crushed me. I saw that movie. My first girlfriend, she broke up with me like a month after we started dating. But that's what started me making YouTube videos. To this day, it's hurtful. Even though, you know, it's like, hey, it just needed to happen, whatever. I wasn't capable of being very close to anybody. I was so traumatized by being someone long distance. So I say first girlfriend, but I was sort of like with someone, like, but it was all long distance. We never met, and she was very didn't treat me well. And actually, that was the story of someone sending an email to the police claiming to be me, threatening her. And long story short, over a few months, like, I was obsessed with finding out who did this. I didn't do it. Sure enough, I hired a private investigator, and what the hell else? What was it I did? Polygraph test. I paid for a polygraph test, and the private investigator basically worked out it was probably her ex-fiance who was still in love with her and lived with her. And by the way, some woman called her at her job and said similar, she sounded drugged up or something, said similar things in the voicemail to her job that were in the email that supposedly I sent from a made-up email address. But they spoofed my IP address. But anyway, so some woman called and left a voicemail, and to this day I have no idea who that was. And I told the police around here that this woman lived in another city, kind of far away, and the detective who initially came to my house and said, you know, don't talk to her anymore, he's like, you know, we care, it's just that, you know, we don't have time to investigate everything. Because I called him and I said, look, isn't this weird? Like, she all of a sudden got this voicemail and her job was similar message to what was in that email. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that girl broke up with me. Oh, still hurtful. And I'm about to climb up my mountain I have a mountain here. It's here. I'll show it behind me. It's not a very big one. Still, where the hell is it? Right there. So that's it. It looks smaller on camera because it's so wide. Oh, maybe this would be a good thumbnail. How am I going to do this? I have to have a hand holding this, so I can't do this. How do I do this? One hand holding phone. I'll do it with the right hand. Where is it? It's my mountain. Take a few pictures. So why do I call it my mountain? I actually made this. It's Turd Mountain. Every morning I come here and take a dump. And so this is what it's turned into after 2 months. And as you can see, people are climbing it. They built a fence, put a little peace sign. I think that's what that is in rocks there. And then I covered it up with the straw. So I'm king of Turd Mountain. I didn't even notice, holy crap, I didn't even notice this. Mountains right behind me, everywhere. Oh my goodness, big ones over there. Now, I mean, I did notice it on the walk up here, but like I've never noticed it before today. And I wonder how you even get up there. That's okay. I got so much to do. I was feeling horrible the other day. Really stressed because I'm trying to get my address changed to here. And someone offered to let me use their address. And so I tried changing it, had no fucking clue how to do it with the online DMV stuff. And I knew at some point I'd have to walk into a DMV. And then I think I did it, because I did it with the Virginia DMV page. And I still have to go to California DMV and to get my driver's license changed. And then it said, then I read that once you change your address, you have 10 days to go to the DMV, get a license. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do they expect new residents of California to come here and do that? Say you get a job here, and your job is something like movie director. You're traveling as soon as you move out here, whatever. But no, you got to stop all that to go to the DMV in 10 days. In Virginia, it was like 60 days if you change your address. You have 60 days to notify the DMV of your change in address. And I didn't want to do it through the post office, just have my mail forwarded, because the last time I did that, they sent all my mom's mail to my new address. And that would be horrible to send her mail to California, and they did it because her name is Angela, mine is Angelo. They could not tell the fucking difference between our names. And even though she went there and complained when this happened, they still kept sending it over there. So fucking infuriating. So, and I was like, oh my goodness, please, I don't want to deal with the DMV in the next 10 days. I'm going to barely have time. We're working on this movie. Just let me take it back. I don't think I can take it back now. I tried. I don't know if I could. So they're going to mail my car registration to the address I gave here. And then next week, I'm just going to try. And here we go. I'm climbing up Turd Mountain. Maybe this is this is the thumbnail. All right, grab the phone. I got my little tripod. Screw the hand. Yeah. Take a picture. This touchscreen is so crappy when I'm trying to take video and pictures. Like, if I'm touching the edge of the curved surface, it won't let me take a picture. And I've been trying to take them because I'm working on set as the behind-the-scenes photographer and videographer, which is a really cool job, by the way. I'm so glad I'm doing it. And free food. This is my food stamps program, working on Thomas Bangert's film. Shout out to Thomas. Check out my interview with him I did recently. So I'm going to climb up my Turd Mountain. The turds have become hardened now, so it's actually very firm. So I got to go to the DMV, and I tried. They say don't go in and just walk in, make an appointment. So I looked up appointments. Soonest appointments at several DMVs around LA are in September. So I'm like, what the fuck kind of system is that? And I was panicked because I was like, oh my goodness, well, if they're booked till September, that means you literally cannot walk in. Well, okay, apparently that's not really the case. So I got my stupid September appointment, but I'm gonna just walk in next week, try and go at 7 a.m. when they open. See, these are really hard turds. And just go in, try and do that. And then I can get a P.O. box. Because it's only $46 for 6 months for a P.O. box. Then y'all can mail me. Wait a minute, this is a good picture. Can't see a thing. All right. And oh my, I swear, everything's such a pain in the ass. Meant to, like, especially be a hassle for working people, even though I don't have a job, so it's not as big of one for me as somebody who has a day job and can't afford time off work. I gotta drink. But it's horrible. And I have to do all this because I can't get a P.O. box without an address here. Because I'm homeless. That's all I was trying to do. But now that the address has changed, oh, I have to go in the DMV. So try and go there, line up before 7 a.m. and try and do all this. And then I can try and get food stamps. Thank goodness this movie is shooting for like 3 weeks. Not 3 full weeks, but 3 weeks in this month. So that's a lot of free food for me. And go on Instagram, check out Ashley Jones Film to see all the updates I'm posting there, including some of that earthquake video that I posted on my YouTube channel. Wow. The sun really baked these turds. It's amazing how it doesn't look high at all when you're down there. Up here it looks high. But then again, I can see like lower lying areas around here. This would be a nice place to live. I'd like to live around here. But I want it to be affordable for everybody. Not just goddamn billionaires and millionaires. LA has a lot of billionaires. You people are sick if you're a billionaire. I don't understand how you can live with your conscience knowing that and knowing there are people who are struggling to live. Now see, oh, interesting view. There's so much lower lying down there. So it looks much higher. Oh, and there's some kind of path going all the way around there. I wonder what that is. What is that? Some kind of big old path. It leads all the way to over there. Cool. Alright, where should I get another thumbnail just in case I want to use this one? Gotta see the screen. Nope, too bland. Too many houses. Yeah, so I was so miserable about this with the DMV, and I was getting so paranoid, like people were going to punish me for being stupid, like too stupid to use the DMV page, and I literally got the sense memory of being punched in the face and the head, which I've been punched in the face and the head more than several times in my life. And that sense memory, that feeling, knowing how I feel like this is going to happen as punishment. Someone's going to walk into the Starbucks and think I'm too stupid to use it and going to punch me. And so as a result, I could barely sleep that night. I slept like 2 hours. And I had so much energy that yesterday, that was the day before yesterday. Yesterday, I was on set. I wasn't even tired most of the day because I was still so stressed and angry. So let's see, maybe this will be a good shot. Yeah, let's see, I don't know. I don't like all the houses over there. Oh, house in the small hills there. I couldn't live in the hills. Too boring. I want to be around the regular people. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Nice. Found these old sunglasses in my car. They're very dark, which is nice. Here, I'll start walking this way because lost my prescription sunglasses, the TSA. So I was so mad about this, thinking the system screwed me because I needed an appointment. But I'm like, okay, well, I don't need an appointment. I just need to get up painfully early. And go to the DMV and get it changed. And spend another goddamn day trying to get food stamps. And hopefully they can actually put money on the card this time instead of saying, well, I don't know why it's not loading, but you have to come back and get it from a supervisor. Get a supervisor to load money on your food stamp card. But it'd be a big help. It's like $160 or $200 a month for food, I think. And I wonder how exactly they'll do it, if they'll actually give it to me. Because last month I got paid decently, like still damn little for my needs, but it was like decently because I did that trip to Virginia. That trip to Virginia, it paid, but then most of it went to the flight and food and parking. And I barely had any left over. I barely even broke even on that. How's this look for the... that's kind of boring. I like my hat. $6. It's not bad. It's expensive. Expensive living here. They got a path down there. And path behind me this way. Wow, this is cool. This is like the mountains in Virginia aren't like this. You can walk around as easily. Oh, this is steep. Do not go down there. It might be fun to live near a place like this. This is cool. So this is a little Turd Mountain I put here, and I let anybody use it. I don't even charge for it. I love this. Not this view, like I love it, but I just love that this openness is around here. And I don't like the openness of Virginia. Not the same. It's everything's so small. I like everything's huge. It's big here. What the hell else? Other views are here. Yeah, well. So there's some path there. That's really cool. And the city's amazing. I'm so glad I'm here, not Virginia. But I was so miserable about that DMV thing. And then getting paranoid and thinking for sure that because I can't, they won't even let me change my address, even if I want to. That therefore that means I will constantly be fined and ticketed and jailed and imprisoned. And I'll basically... not even worse than just being in prison for life because I can't get my address changed. But even worse than that is like put in jail for a few days, then released. But of course I'll be broke, no car, no money, so I have to live homeless on the street where there's nobody providing for me and no way to provide for myself. And then because I haven't paid the fines yet, they'll fine me, put me back in jail, let me out, back in jail, let me out over and over for the rest of my life. That's it. I got paranoid. I was like, I'm sure this is what's going to happen. So I got really, really angry and negative, and I got to calm down from that. I was getting so furious and paranoid, and like I started imagining like what happens if someone just kills me, and like seriously like imagining it, like what it would feel like. So I was getting really miserable, and then I had to go work on set and like be cool and calm, which wasn't too hard. It's just that I had this horrible feeling inside me, and I'm like, I gotta calm down. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so angry. Because of this goddamn stupid system that won't let you live with dignity like a human being. You've got to be tagged and have all your documents in order and stuff. I'm like, thank goodness, I don't think I need my social security card, and I don't think I need anything else other than like some proof of residence. So I'll have my cell phone bill. Thank goodness it just happens to land soon. So oh my god, I'm so fortunate, like I can bring that in, otherwise I couldn't do it. So stupid how this system works. Like, why do we have to do all this crap? Because they got to know how to eat, like, tax basically the poorest people, which I'm not against taxes, but I'm saying you got to do it smart with dignity. We make it horribly, obscenely complicated to do all this stuff. So if you're rich, oh, it's no problem, easy. You can have it navigated with the help of a lawyer. If you're poor, fuck you. Just fuck you, figure it out. There you go. And I looked on, like, I was even trying to figure out what the hell do I need to apply for. I did something on the California DMV page. I don't know what, because I couldn't fill out my new address, because you need to do that in the DMV if you're from out of state. But I was still able to change all this other stuff, apply for that. I'm like, well, what the hell did I just do? And so I still have no idea what I just did. I don't even know if the post office has my right address now, because I did the change of address for them to have my mail forwarded to their post office, but then I went and canceled it, or I set my address back to my parents' address online. But I did that like a week or two later, which was 2 days ago. So I'm like, did I do any of that right? I have no fucking idea. You should make it apparent to people of average intelligence what they're trying to do. This is the one I love that really screws with you. They say, you know, when they're saying like, what kind of driver's license are you applying for? It's not even clear, like, there's no option just saying you're from out of state and you need to change your address on your driver's license. No, it's like the only option is renewing it if you're over 18 or something. So I didn't even know, am I supposed to look at that? Am I not? I don't know. And then what type of license you want. The only option is like commercial and non-commercial. I'm like, well, I must be non-commercial, right? No, apparently that doesn't just literally mean non-commercial. It's like its own proprietary word with a specific meaning. This camera's flipping me around, so this is my left hand. It looks like my right hand. It is so bizarre on the camera right now to see my hands like that. And so I look up non-commercial license and it totally doesn't apply to me. It's like for cars that are like 40 feet long and 18 feet or something, but it's not commercial. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, so there, and by the way, next to all those options, like 150 other links you can click on for what you're trying to do at the DMV. Like, that doesn't need to be the case. It doesn't need to be that complicated. You can treat people with dignity. But of course, what do Republicans do and what are Democrats useless for? Which is doing anything except going right along with them. Republicans want it to be as painful and complicated as possible so that you remember that feeling when you're voting, and you remember their propaganda about how supposedly, oh, they hate all this stuff. They hate big government. They hate bureaucracy. But they're all for it if it makes your life miserable and it just makes you feel like voting for Democrat is somehow causing that. And Democrats kind of don't mind. They're like, who cares? Let's put a suspected abuser on the Supreme Court, more than one. And if Democrats if they were planning impeachment for Hillary Clinton, not that I'm a supporter of hers, but planning impeachment for her before the election even came in 2016. But now that Trump is every day is something horrible. Killing people, imprisoning people, lying, the businesses he's running. Can you imagine if Democrats were doing it? They're like, well, yeah. Like, yeah, of course. Like, we have a great leader who God is on his side. It's amazing the stuff you can do. When you say God's on your side, you can do anything. And Trump laughs at those people, by the way. When he gives those speeches at supposedly pro-life rallies, and you saw how that's such a joke when he tweeted out, if immigrants don't like the conditions in their concentration camps, they can turn around. That's the excuse for any atrocity. By the way, what couldn't you say that for that wouldn't sound the same? If they were systematically killing them as opposed to just killing them purely through abuse and neglect, they're not lining them up and shooting them. They're just killing them through abuse, malpractice, neglect, and depriving them of medicine. And like there would be no difference in what he was saying. But anyways, when he says stuff like every life is precious, we are here today at this evangelical conference because we believe in the sanctity of life, you can hear him laughing in his own way. How he laughs at that idea. Anyways, I hate ranting about it because it's pointless. I just get even more. It's like it doesn't do anything to change anything. So it's like it makes me even madder. All right, so I'm walking around my little turd hill right here, and I'm seeing what's on the other side. 25 minutes I've been going. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I can even cross here. Oh, there's a little workout area. And if I can, oh, cool. If I can go to that trail that I saw from the top of my turd hill. Oh, it's trash. Duro, that means hard or like long lasting. A lot of trash here. But they should be taking, oh well, there's so much wrong with this city and hypocritical. No, I can't really cross. I could, but I don't want to run across the street, run across the traffic. That's a cool path. I'm going to remember this, because I'll go there another time on video. Yeah, a lot of workout gear there. Yeah. But I'm going to go back to my car because I have to do laundry. Thank goodness I finally have my clean pair of jeans on. I was wearing my other ones. I only put on a new pair of jeans, or I try to, when I'm doing laundry. And so I don't have to wash both pairs of jeans and have no jeans. But I got to go to laundry. Then I'm going to try and go to the library for the few hours left that they're open, or then try and go to Starbucks if I can get any seats. There's certain grocery stores with Starbucks though that a lot of times you can find seats at, which is nice though. And then tonight I'm going to the Everything is Terrible party. That'll be cool. Then tomorrow back to work on set, and then I'm going to fucking like deal with the DMV. Man, it hurt thinking about all that. And then it hurt also the day off, July 4th, thinking about how I wasn't on set working. It hurt. It was like weird to be thrown into that immersive environment where I was living on set in that mansion, and then thrown out basically for the day off. And it was shocking and hurtful. Like, oh, I'm just lost. Like I was somebody there, now I'm nothing here. But I knew I couldn't let that get to me, because that's a horrible attitude to have. Like, you have to be important everywhere you go. That is a great thing about being on film set, is you get to, like, everyone's supposed to be there together working for one thing, and then being outside, it's like, oh, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. But it's fine. I shouldn't resent that feeling. I was really having to work to not feel miserable over that. And fortunately I've been eating pretty well. The food on set has been good. A lot of fruits. And then, you know, healthy food for lunch usually. Or actually, I can't always say that. We had hot dogs one day, but I have my own food in my car too. But it was, I mean, it's good eating. And it's great working on set. I say I wish I could do it every day in a way. I'm like, it hurts me that I haven't been rewriting my screenplay while I'm working on this movie. I gotta keep doing it. Because I want to make mine. And I'm slowly gonna, quickly figure out how to get the money to do it. And do it really cheaply. I'm not spending a ton of money. I already know I'm probably going to shoot it on my Canon T3i. I'm not even going to bother another game. It makes such a beautiful picture. I don't need anything else. Yeah, it's difficult to do certain things with or whatever. The rolling shutter is awful. That wobbly effect on it. Dynamic range is limited. The cards fill up fast. All that. Who cares? It's a cheap camera and I have it. And if I want, I can get some new lenses for it pretty cheap too. And I can design the shots and everything, have it all ready to go, and shoot with barely any lights because it's about homeless people. A lot of it will be outdoors. And if it looks crappy in some sections, who the fuck cares? We've got the story there. The emotion is there. I don't need to spend a bunch of money for something that's not going to really boost the quality of the movie. Cinematography can be great, even if the image is noisy, because you have an inexpensive camera with without much light. It doesn't matter if the emotion's there, and you're doing, you're capturing. Otherwise, it's a quality image, meaning good acting, good writing. It's framed well, you planned it. There's still that energy there that you can feel. It doesn't matter if the image is noisy, meaning like this low light grain you see on a lot of cameras. Because you need a powerful sensor and a lens that takes in a lot of light or light on set to deal with it. Got this from the food bank. Yeah, I may have to just bite the bullet and get food stamps. I can't afford to keep doing this, even at the food bank eating, because no matter what, it's still, I still need food at other times. I'm trying to still eat healthy. I'm not trying to destroy my blood vessels and stuff and heart. And food bank is great, don't get me wrong, but it really helps to have fresh cooked food, even if it's just a few dollars in tacos, which they're not much more expensive anywhere else than at the food bank. I could get them some places $1.25, $1.50, $1.75 for tacos from a food cart or food truck. It's great because they're pretty healthy. They got onions, cilantro. That's great. So I just got to keep calm. Got to calm down and be cool. Oh, I'm still waiting on this mechanic who said he can look at my car and try and fix it. To make an appointment with me, because he said he's fixed 10,000 Honda Civics from around the years that my car was made, and he said they last a long time, but a lot of them get these small leaks in the coolant that you will never see where they go to. It doesn't burn off in the actual engine like the oil or anything, but it just burns off somewhere you don't see it, and as a result it gets misdiagnosed a lot. There's music playing there, so I'll stay away from that. But I texted him again today, and I'm waiting to hear when he can look at my car, because I really want this coolant issue fixed. Alright, well, I had a lot to say. Thanks for watching, everyone. Subscribe. I'm going to be putting movies on my channel eventually, maybe documentaries too.